Hello. So what? Right, okay, the comments are coming thick and fast. So yes, I have made this public now, which is a bit nerve-wracking. But anyway, I'm going to give it a go. So we got quite a few people who said they were going to show up. I don't actually need this microphone. That's actually a bit rubbish. Okay, so thanks for coming. I'll get started with a quiz shortly. I'll go through the rules. Firstly, apologies, you actually have to see me. Secondly, apologies, you have to hear me. But as I say, it should all be over and done with fairly shortly. And then you can get on with your rest of your evenings and weekends. I'm going to try and ignore the comments that are coming in. This is obviously just an easy opportunity for everyone to abuse me that don't know me. But for all my lovely neighbours, please ignore my friends. Right, so the rules this evening are quite simple. I'm not going to be marking. I don't want to. Don't need to. It's an in-house competition. So self-policing. If you're going to try and cheat looking at your phone and your partner looks at their phone, so be it. But you're only cheating yourselves. There is no overall winner. And we got round 5. You should hopefully all received the email now. Well, I'm assuming you have, because you got links. On that is your anagram round. Now, with the anagram round, the theme is movie celebrities. So that is to be done in your own time. I will give you rest times. I will entertain myself and probably in the process entertain you guys for the wrong reasons. But yeah, so it's to be done throughout the evening. So there will not be a round 5 being read out. Hopefully you've got all those anagrams sent on email to everyone and anyone actually taking part that agreed to take part in the first place. So a couple of shout outs. We have quite a wide spread covered, which is a little nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie. Since we started, I predicted about 20 people looking to take part, and by some point this afternoon, within every household that mentioned it, we were looking at about 120, maybe more. Sorry, I just need. So around the country, we've probably got Lincoln covered. So the Italian from Lincoln, special mention just because he's that odd. My family, we've got Bath, Bristol, Bradford Avon. We've got London. People said they'll come from London. We have Manchester, Tewkesbury, Cheltenham. I know, thank you. And then we've actually late entrances. We have some Canadian brethren. So hello to the Canadians, and sorry, Melksham as well. God, yeah. Well, you've self-mentioned yourself there, so that's fine. So we have Melksham. So hopefully, and Basingstoke. Okay, we've got some later people. Excellent. And Limpley Stoke. Okay, I'm not going to go on and name every bloody place, otherwise this quiz will go on forever. So name yourselves. That's great. And I did say York. Anyway, so on to the quiz. So the first round, and then actually there is someone's birthday today. So happy birthday to Josh. He's finally legal now to drink. So congratulations. So that was one shout out I had to do. So happy birthday to him. And no, my sister does not live in New Zealand. Firstly, let's go on to the quiz, because that's actually what you came here for. Right, so the first round is the movie TV round. You'll have 10 questions in every round apart from the very last. The movie and TV round is quite simple. I'll walk through the questions slowly, and my sister, I will block you on the comments if you continue. So the first question of the movie and TV round. Which 2007 film, the third in a series, was the most expensive Hollywood film ever made? So the first question. Which 2007 film, the third in a series, was the most expensive Hollywood film ever made? that's question 1. Some questions will have multiple choice, some won't. I will go through all the answers at the end. Oh, I've got to say, as long as you have 2 pencils or pens, if you have a pencil, make sure you have a sharpener. If you have pens, make sure you have 2 pens, one of different colours, so that you can mark each other's work at the end. Not red, because apparently red is aggressive to mark with, so use something more fun like yellow. Right, question 2. Which country's residents, as of 2014, watched more hours of YouTube content per capita than anywhere else in the world? So that is, which country's residents, as of 2014, watched more hours of YouTube content per capita than anywhere else in the world? I will give you some options. Brazil, Germany, Saudi Arabia, or India. So which country residents as of 2014 watch more hours of YouTube content per capita than anywhere else in the world? It's probably going to be very different now with everywhere closed. As well, I'm streaming on this. So, question 3. If I'm going too fast and you are able to write comments, just say, if you're able to write comments, and then I'll do questions again at the end that people need to hear. But if I'm going too fast, please just say. Question 3. Name the 3 films that have won the Oscar for Best Picture with the name of a city in the film title. You get 1 point for each correct answer. So that's name the 3 films that have won the Oscar for Best Picture with the name of a city in the film title. That's 3 films there. So you have 3 possible answers. So Oscars for the Best Picture with a name of a city in the film title. I'm not giving out answers. Question 4. Love Is All Around by Wet 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 was a theme song to which movie? Love Is All Around by Wet 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 was a theme song to which movie? It's quite eerie when no one actually shouts abuse back.
I know.
I actually have to read the abuse.
Let me do the hilarious answer for you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just put up, we're talking to a screen. Actually, I can read the comments. Question 5. Who created Mickey Mouse? Question 5. Who created Mickey Mouse? Question 6. Who played Truman in the film The Truman Show? Who played Truman in the film The Truman Show? See, music would be really nice right now, but I don't want to get copyrighted and cut off. Question 7. Which actor did the voice of the genie, in the animation Aladdin?
The animation? Not the film.
Sorry. Yes, I know my colours up. Thank you. So yes. So what actor did the voice of the genie in the animation Aladdin? So not the recent one. Which actor did the voice to the genie in Aladdin? Question 8. In which famous British classic comedy do Polly and the Major both appear? So in which famous British classic comedy do Polly and the Major both appear? I'm not telling you the answer. Well, they're characters. There's your hint. Well, I've just given that hint to everyone now, haven't I? Whoops. Okay, can you please keep the answers to yourself? Well, please stop publicising answers on the comments. Okay, and question 9. Which city is the UK television series Coronation Street set? Which city is the UK television series Coronation Street set? And then finally, question 10. What was the first game show shown on Channel 4 Countdown? Oh, sorry. Which was the first game show shown on Channel 4? Okay, so that's the end of the movie and TV round. And I will move quickly on to that. So you have got any more questions need to be answered? Any more questions? Yes, okay, yes, I missed that. Well done.
That's the only one we'll get.
That's the only one you're going to get anyway. Yes, fine. Question 1, 2. Okay, so which 2007 film, the third in a series, was the most expensive Hollywood film ever made? So which 2007 film, third in a series, was the most expensive Hollywood film ever made? That's question 1. Question 2, which country's residents as of 2014 watch more hours of YouTube content per capita than anywhere else in the world? You have 4 options: Brazil, Germany, India, or Saudi Arabia. And you're not supposed to be sharing answers. You're supposed to be writing the answers down yourself, except for my brother did not want to listen to that rule.
Right.
So please keep the answers to yourselves. This is an in-house competition. Please do not share answers around. Right, you have about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and I will be back with round 2. Literally just 1 minute. I'm going to grab a drink. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we're ready for the sports round. We're back. Everyone here seems to have still the same number of viewers. So on to the sports round. Question 1. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Is it cricket, Aussie rules rugby, or polo? Not water, but normal polo. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Cricket, Aussie rules rugby, or polo? I'm just throwing this on because they're not going to get any warn anytime soon anyway, because we're going to be locked in here. So, question 2. What significant sporting event took place on November the 22nd, 2003? What significant sporting event took place on November the 22nd, 2003? Question 3. What is the highest possible break in snooker? What is the highest possible break in snooker? Is it 150, 155, or 145? Was the highest possible break in snooker? Is it 150, 155, or 145? Question 4. Who is the odd one out? Murray, Sampras, Agassi, Federer, or McEnroe? Who is the odd one out? Murray, Sampras, Agassi, Federer, or McEnroe? Question 5. Which racket sport made its Olympic debut in 1992? Which racket sport made its Olympic debut in 1992? Was it tennis, squash, or badminton? Question 6. How many people compete in the men's Wimbledon singles? How many people compete in the men's Wimbledon singles in the entire competition from the start? Is it 122? Is it 128? Or is it 132? So how many people compete in the men's Wimbledon singles? Is it 122, 128, or 132? Question 7. Who faced Muhammad Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle? Who faced Muhammad Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle? Question 8. How many medals did Jesse Owens win in the 1936 Olympics? How many medals did Jesse Owens win in the 1936 Olympics? Quite hot. Question 9. Excluding the ball, which is made of cork, how many bits of wooden equipment are needed to play a game of cricket? Excluding the ball, which is made of cork, how many bits of wooden equipment are needed to play a game of cricket? I'll come back to question 7 in a minute. Question 10, final one. Who partnered Andy Murray to a silver medal in the 2012 Summer Olympic Games? Who partnered Andy Murray to a silver medal in the 2012 Summer Olympic Games? And yeah, question 7. Who faced Muhammad Ali in Rumble in the Jungle? That was question 7. Any more questions need to be repeated, please shout out or comment even. Okay, so basically all of them. Okay, so question 2. What significant sporting event took place on November the 22nd, 2003? That's question 2. What significant sporting event took place on November the 22nd, 2003? Question 6. How many people compete in the men's Wimbledon singles? Is it 122, 128, or 132? Question 8. How many medals did Jesse Owen win in 1936 Olympics? And then question 1. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Is it cricket, Aussie rules rugby, or polo? Is there any more for any more? Okay, so what's happening now? I'm going to go and actually get a drink this time. We're going to have a 4-minute break. People need to get to the toilet or anything like that. Feel free, grab a drink to your own. Seeing as most people have been messaging leading up to this, consuming lots of alcohol, lucky them. So yeah, I'll have a 4-minute break and then I'll be back and I will see you all shortly. All right, cheers. And sorry, so it's too hard for you. Maybe if I translate into Italian, Gianni, it might be better for you. shortly. Yes, pocket square is always going to be there. So I'm just going to do some maths. Suit yourselves. We've got another few minutes. Who'd have thought? You want those, right?
Jen said she can't see them.
I'm not guessing. And I have a calculator. Yes, I wanted to be like Madonna, apparently. Yes. Right, okay, are we all back? Everyone had their loo breaks and everything. Yes, D, you've got the answers right. And 69, and yeah, and that'll be a third one. 69. Anyway, that was my joke. So, on to the next round. Question 1 of the geography round. How many different tube lines are there in London? Question 1. How many different tube lines are there in London? Is it 11, 10, or 9? That's tube lines in London. How many different tube lines are there? You kind of got an answer there. You've either got 10, 11, or 9. Loads wasn't one of them. Okay. Question 2. Which continent has the largest amount of countries? Which continent has the largest amount of countries? I'm not going to mime the answer. Question 3. The 2 highest waterfalls in Europe are both in which country? The 2 highest waterfalls in Europe are both in which country? Is it Norway, Sweden, or Finland? Sorry, do I need to repeat question 2 again?
Yeah.
Which continent has the largest amount of countries? It's continent. Question 3. The 2 highest waterfalls in Europe are both in which country? Norway, Sweden, or Finland? Question 4. Which is the biggest city in Europe by population? Which is the biggest city in Europe by population? Is it Moscow, Paris, Istanbul, or London? Moscow, Paris, Istanbul, or London? And this is by biggest city by population. Question 5. Which city is also known as the Eternal City? Which city is also known as the Eternal City? I'll narrow it down for you. It is in Europe. Which city is also known as the Eternal City? Dan, I would love to see your answer sheet right now, pal. Question 6. Which is the largest country in Africa? Which is the largest country in Africa? Is it the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, or Algeria? Is it the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, or Algeria? Largest country, Vicky, in Africa. Is it the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, or Algeria? Question 7. Which country was previously called Siam? Question 7. Which country was previously called Siam? If you played Risk back in the day, it was on that. That was an awesome go. I will slow down. Sorry. I can also repeat the questions. Question 8. What is the most southern capital city in the world? What is the most southern capital city in the world? I'm getting more abuse from my sister. So that last one was, what is the most southern capital city in the world? Question 9. What is the smallest country in Europe? What is the smallest country in Europe? And then finally, for this one, question 10, name 3 of the 6 original countries that formed the EU. So you need 3 answers from the original 6 countries that formed the EU. Just need to name 3. There are 6 possible answers. I'll accept any 3 at the end. Right, any more questions need repeating? Any more questions need repeating? Any more for any more? Or are we all good? Not slow enough? I can get used to this platform because people really can't shout back at me and interrupt me.
Yeah, I know.
This is my medium to control the world.
And if they're getting drunker, you don't have to do it.
Exactly. I don't have to shout louder and louder to talk over them. Amazing. Quizzes like this from now on. Done. Okay, right, so no more repeats, no more questions. All right, you've got a minute to talk among yourselves. Oh, can I repeat 7, 8, and 9? Okay. All of them. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. Sure thing. Okay. 7. Which country was previously called Siam? That is, which country was previously called Siam? Question 8. What is the most southern capital city in the world? What is the most southern capital city in the world? Question number 8. Question number 9. What is the smallest country in the world? What is the smallest country in the world? And then question 4. Which is the biggest city in Europe by population? This is. Which is the biggest city in Europe by population? The answers you have are Moscow, Paris, Istanbul, or London. That's Moscow, Paris, Istanbul, or London. Okay, 1 minute pause. All right, back. Okay, so the food and drink round. Yeah, it's my penny. What's wrong with that? I like cooking. Oh, it's more an apron, but that's fine. Yeah, each their own, all that. So, food and drink round. It's a bit tight.
Too much food and drink.
Too much food and drink for me. Thank you very much. You're supposed to be muted.
Oh.
Okay, so food and drink round. Question 1. Oh God. So if they can't comment on there, they're just WhatsApping or emailing. It's great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Okay, so question 1. A mocha is a coffee usually flavored with which substance? A mocha is a coffee usually flavored with which substance? Question 1. Question 2. From which country does pita bread originate? So, from which country does pita bread originate? From which country does pita bread originate? First question was, a mocha is a coffee usually flavored with which substance? That's question 1. Question 3. Eccles cake are named after an English town in which county? Eccles cakes are named after an English town in which county? Question 4. Which country does Peroni beer come from? Question 4. Which country does Peroni beer come from? Choices are Germany, France, Italy for that one. Which country does Peroni beer come from? Is Germany, France, Italy. Question 5. What is the maximum number of Michelin stars that can be awarded to a restaurant? What is the maximum number of Michelin stars that can be awarded to a restaurant?
Not sure.
Number 3, Eccles cakes are named after an English town in which county of England, that is? Options: Yorkshire, Lancashire, Derbyshire. Those are your options. Question 6. Which country has the highest usage per person of olive oil? Which country has the highest usage per person of olive oil? Your options are Spain, Italy, or Greece. Highest usage per person of olive oil: Spain, Italy, or Greece. Question 7. What was the favourite dish of the cartoon character Garfield? What was the favourite dish of the cartoon character Garfield? They're the best comics. Question 8. Koppenberg Brewery is a famous cider brewery from which nation? Koppenberg Brewery is a famous cider brewery from which nation? Oh, sorry, that was which favourite dish? D-I-S-H, not fish, sorry. Dish. Meal. So, what was the favourite meal of cartoon character Garfield? Sorry. Question 6. Which country has the highest usage per person of olive oil? Was it Spain, Italy, or Greece? I'll come back to those as well. Question 8. Question 8. So, Koppenberg Brewery is a famous cider brewery from which nation? Norway, Iceland, or Sweden were your options. That's Norway, Iceland, or Sweden. Question 9. What does the Slavic word vodka translate to in English? What does the Slavic word vodka translate to in English? And then question 10 to finish that round off, and I'll come back to any questions I've missed or need to be repeated. Question 10. What is the national dish of Italy? What is the national dish of Italy? Is it pizza, carbonara, or bolognese? That's pizza, carbonara, or bolognese. So, any repeats? Any repeats? Seven. What was a favourite dish meal of cartoon character Garfield? Question 9. What was the Slavic word vodka translate to in English? What does the Slavic word vodka translate to in English? Was that 1, or are you actually wanting number 11? repeats. Any more repeats? Hi, Alex. A few. I'll just take this penny on now. Take it around the waist is not fun. No, it's not even whistle. Well done, me. Go me. Okay, so you've got done that. So you've got 5 minutes, not 5 minutes. Yeah, you've got 5 minutes now. This is sort of time to do your anagrams, toilet, drinks, whatever. After that, we have just 2 more rounds. So it's your sort of last 5-minute break. So I'll be back. All right, we'll see you in a minute. But yeah, just we'll say 9 o'clock. That's 3 minutes. That's all we need. Okay, so you've got 3 minutes to complete any more anagrams. When I get back, if you have any more questions you need repeating from any of the rounds, chuck that on there as well. And just say what round it is and what question you need repeating, and I'll happily repeat those. Okay. Yeah, I'll sort out anagrams to Stephen. Sorry, thought you didn't get those, pal. Right, I'll get those over. Is there a theme for anagrams? The anagram theme is movie celebrities. So it's movie celebrities. Okay. See you in 3 minutes. Sorry, yes, coming back to that. So yes, I mean actors. On the anagram, so yes, they are actors or actresses. So yeah, famous celebrity actors or actresses. I've already done my one Scottish rugby question about 3 quizzes ago, so I can't bring that up just yet. I'll have to come back next year. Okay, so you hopefully come back. We have, say, 2 rounds to go, so there'll be a quick round now. I sent out a answer sheet. Yeah, next week. That's a question. We'll see what the feedback's like. Maybe next week. We'll see. So we'll. I sent out on the answer sheets template. Obviously, all the question rounds and things like that. I did make one error. Apologies. The next round is not. I know that movie. It should have read "That can't be true." So we're on a true and false round now. So no, because that all mixed up is the anagram round. So the all mixed up is where the space for the anagram, because that's round 5, as I put in the email. So in round 5 is where you should be putting your anagrams. So round 6, it should say on the one I sent out, I know that movie, but it's actually, that can't be true. So sorry, I should have probably made that very clear at the start. Yeah, you can ask for a refund at the end if you really want. Anyway, so on to the that can't be true round, and a simple 50-50 answer. So, and I'll help you out each time. So question 1, the can opener was not invented until 45 years after the tin can. The can opener was not invented until 45 years after the tin can. True or false? There you go, multiple questions, multiple answer options there. So true or false for that one. Question 2, I'll go a little bit quicker because it's 50-50. Question 2, if you cry in space, the tears just stick to your face. So if you cry in space, outer space, your tears will stick to your face. Is that true or false? There you go. Again, multiple choice. Are you true or false? Your tears will stick to your face if you cry in space. Question 3. The top of the Eiffel Tower leans away from the sun. The top of the Eiffel Tower leans away from the sun. True or false? The Eiffel Tower leans away from the sun. Question 4. Kangaroos are only an inch long at birth. Kangaroos are only an inch long at birth. Is that true or false? Sorry. Question 5. The longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 200 meters. The longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 200 meters. Is that true or false? Longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 200 meters. Question 6. The record for the longest rail tunnel is held by the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. The record for the longest rail tunnel is held by the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. Yes, rail, Channel Tunnel. Rail tunnel. Tunnel. What do you think is it?
I was just thinking train track.
Train track. Tunnel, where the train track goes through. That's what we're talking about here.
I feel like I need to change something.
Okay. Where was I? So, question 7. Question 7. There are 115 bridges over the Amazon River. There are 115 bridges over the Amazon River. The second largest river. You just had a shout out.
Did I?
Yeah.
Exciting.
I know.
Hi, Nikki.
Yeah, she might be able to hear you. So yes, there are 115 bridges over the Amazon River. Question 8. The average person spends 5 years waiting in line in their lifetime. The average person spends 5 years waiting in line in their lifetime.
Especially now.
It may go up now, but this was prior to that thought process. And in light of that thought process, only 5% of people wash their hands properly after using public restrooms. True or false? This question detail, please bear in mind, you have to go back prior to the coronavirus where everyone's told to wash their hands every 2 minutes. So
I don't want to find out the answer to that.
well, it's not about you, it's about them. They might want to know the answer.
That would be really good news.
This is what I was worried about, childish people screenshotting. Anyway. So yeah, only 5% of people wash their hands properly after using a public restroom. True or false? And that's up until we were told, obviously, to wash our hands every 2 minutes. So I'm hoping that, if that is true, that number's increased. And question 10. The Greater Tokyo area has a bigger population than Canada. There you go, Canadians, you've been mentioned. The Greater Tokyo area has a bigger population than the whole of Canada. So there should be 4 people who will know that answer 100%. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything because now more screenshots are coming in. Really bad ones. What's wrong with people?
That's mean.
Yeah, I know. Talk to my sister again, will you? Okay, so that is them. Any questions for any more? Damn it. Any more repeats, please? Anyone for more repeats? I've already gone an hour and I thought it'd be up quicker than that because no one would be shouting abuse at me. Rather than WhatsApp it and save it for later. Repeat questions 6 and 7. I can do that. The record for the longest rail tunnel is held by the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. That's question 6. Question 7. There are 115 bridges over the Amazon River. Is that true or false? Question 5. Question 5. The longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 200 meters. True or false? And Freddie, that is the true or false round, which is, I think, what was it on the paper now? It is, yeah,
6.
that can't be true. So it'll be round 6. And question 5 again, question 5, the longest distance swam underwater in one breath is 200 meters. And question 1, sorry, that was 200 meters. Question 1, the can opener was not invented until 45 years after the tin can. True or false? And question 8, the average person spends 5 years waiting in life in their lifetime. True or false? Very good, Louise. Very, very good. No is the answer to that. as I'd like to drink some more myself this evening. Okay, so we have no more. I don't think any more. Okay, good. Okay, right, you've got 1 minute to finish off any more anagrams, except for obviously Louise, who she just needs to go and beg someone to give her the other questions. So you got, yeah, you got a minute or two, just a minute. Okay. Okay, I'm back. We're almost ready. Practice here. Yes, that's right. Okay, moving on to the next round. Right, so the last round is can you translate that? That was I actually put an Australian accent by accident. So this is English to American. So you are to translate. That's cowboy outfit. You need to translate. Someone actually thought you could play. Thought I'd play. Sorry.
You could play.
Yeah, that's what I can play. Obviously, yeah, with that tiny little guitar.
That was such a clatter and a bang.
Jesus, guys, what's wrong with you? Okay, it's not a sound studio. It's just a room. Right, so this one is English into American. So I will give the English word. There's 20 words, and you are to translate it into the American word. So the first one, English is queue. To queue, to line up in a queue. What do the Americans say that as? Number 2, postcode. What's the American for postcode? I had some requests for you to be playing while I'm doing scores, but I don't think I'll be doing scores. I'm not going to be doing scores. Never mind. Number 3, a spanner, which probably most people think I am this evening. What is the American for spanner? Okay, that's been seconded by my sister, so you better get the guitar ready. Question 4, a rubbish skip. A rubbish skip. The American translation for a rubbish skip. I'm not going to mouth it to you because they can see my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5, a bonnet. What is a bonnet in American? So how many Canadians have we actually got over here? We've got Moira is 1. Any other Canadians there? I think there was 4 invited. If you're a Canadian, shout out and say hello. I just want to say, I'm continental now. I'm international.
International.
Yeah. The fact that one of them's my cousin, that's fine. Well, that still counts.
Yeah.
D's one as well, is it? Right, okay. So D's one. She's been asking lots of questions. That's fine. Good. So we have 2 definite confirmed Canadians on board.
They should get this right, shouldn't they?
Okay, we've got James as well. Okay, 3 Canadians. Okay, right. And next one, 6, jelly. What is jelly? Cheerio. Why did I get into Australian again? Why would I do that?
You want an American?
I'm not going to try. I won't embarrass myself enough this evening.
No.
No. Howdy, partner.
Alright, fine.
Number 7, an aubergine. What do they call an aubergine? Number 7, aubergine. Kenny Rogers lives again, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, I think meant by you playing, not what I look like.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's Ken. You can be nice to him now. He likes you. Question 8. The boot of a car. The boot of a car. What do the Americans call a boot of a car? Number 9. Autumn. What do the Americans call autumn? Number 10. What do the Americans call a lift? What do they call a lift? Number 11. Number 11, an estate car. What do the Americans call an estate car? Keith Lemon. Really?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I know. I'll upset someone this evening. Keith Lemon, wow. Question 9 was autumn. What was autumn? Question 12. What do Americans call trousers? Lift in a building, Craig. Lift in a building. Don't be mean to him. Craig. He's Welsh. He lives in New York. He's away from his family. He's
Second language.
the second language for him. Okay, so then we're back to 13. What do they call petrol? What do they call petrol? You're welcome, Craig. Anytime, pal. What do they call petrol? Number 14. What do they call a nappy? Welsh to English to American. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you're doing so well, Craig. Number 11 was estate car. What do they call an estate car? Number 14. What do they call a nappy? What do they call a nappy? Number 15. What do they call a waistcoat? What do they call a waistcoat? Number 16. I'll come back and repeat all of them afterwards. I'll come back and repeat. Number 16 was pavement. What was pavement in American?
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to slow down, but there's only one word I'm working on, like reading out. And number 16 was pavement. Number 17, chips. Chips. What do they call chips? Number 18. What do they call sweets? What do they call sweets? Number 19. What do they call an estate agent? What do they call an estate agent? And then 20, before I go repeating, number 20, what do they call crisps? What do they call crisps? So I've got repeats on 9. So 9 was autumn. Number 11 was estate car. What was an estate car in American? And number 12 was trousers. What do they call trousers? Number 9 was, what do they call autumn? And number 10, I'm going to say that again. Number 10 is a lift, as in a building. 10, a lift in a building. And then number 6, Phoebe, jelly. What do they call jelly? Any more for any more? Any more for any more? 16. And 1 to 8 again. Okay, 1 to 8 again. So I'll just read them all again. There we go. We'll just read them all over again. Right, so you got number 1. Okay, I'll just read them all again. There we go. Just, are we all ready? I'll read them all straight from number 1 all the way through. Okay. Q. Postcode. Spanner. Rubbish skip. Bonnet. Jelly, which is number 6. Aubergine, number 7. Boot of a car. Boot of a car, number 8. Autumn, number 9. And 10. Lift, number 11. Estate car, number 12. Trousers, number 13. Petrol, number 14 is a nappy. Number 15, waistcoat. Number 16, pavement. Number 17, chips. Number 18, sweets. Number 19, estate agent. Number 20, crisps. Crisps. Okay, so I hopefully don't have to repeat any more of those again until someone blatantly is going to be really funny and put a number up there. There's a Love Island round. There is no Love Island round, Chloe, I'm afraid. That was very much last year. Very much last year. Right, okay, so you've got 1 minute. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes to swap papers, get your pens ready. And ladies, I may consider a Love Island round, but I have no idea what's going on with Love Island, so I'll consider one for next time. So you've got 2 minutes to swap papers, change your pens, and all that. I'll just tell you. Right, actually. That's a bit better. That's not my face so much. Right. Love is Blind. No, Nikki, I'm not doing a Love is Blind. Are you gonna do some backing music?
Doing what, backing?
Yeah, you got to shout out some backing music.
Who said that?
Well, my mum and my sister, so they can.
That's biased.
Yeah, of course they are. Well, plus I've been listening to my own voice for about an hour and a half now, so.
Yeah, but I didn't
No, I Love is Blind. I would get 10 out of 10. Okay. Nanny. this shirt is up for rent if needed. Had a request already. I've had a request for my shirt. I'll do you a good deal if you do a good deal on a mobile PB. Sorry, Dad. Daddy. My word, Dad. Old word, Dad.
Trish asked if it was mine.
No, it's mine.
I know it's not.
Get off. Oh, great. Thanks. This is the best bit of the whole evening. Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, they need to see who's actually doing it. Because they're my words. They don't need to see it. Well, I can't pretend it's me anymore.
It's not. It's a real guitar.
It's a real guitar. She's playing.
Very nice.
There you go. Thank you. Right, hopefully they're ready now. Okay. Right, I've done my word search. Nailed it. There was 3. The rest were disgusting. Can't believe you put those up there. Yes, someone is punching. I'm very aware of that, Johnny. I've told you that many times already. Yeah. Your hair might in your eyes look shit, but I've still been told that I'm punching, so thanks. Anyway, and this is my hair looking at my best. So anyway, right. So where were we? So we're going to go through the answers. Hopefully you've. If you want Becky, then ask her to set up her own YouTube channel. Seriously, this is my time. Leave me alone. Right, so we'll go through. So hopefully everyone's swapped over. I'm going to go quite quickly through these because it's the end of the evening. Okay, next level. If I do this again, ignore WhatsApps. I'm firing through. Right, so question 1, we're going to go through quickly. Movie and TV. Which 2007 film, the third in the series, was the most expensive Hollywood film ever made? The answer was Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End was the answer. Question 2. Which country's residents as of 2014 watch more hours of YouTube content per capita than anywhere else in the world? This is all taken before any of this kicked off and everyone's now sitting on YouTube. The answer is Saudi Arabia. You've had that one before, so you should know that.
I could get it all wrong.
Everyone else will feel so much better right now.
I know, so I thought if I just say done every time.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Name 3 films that have won the Oscar for Best Picture with the name of a city in the film title. You get 1 point for each correct answer. You've got Casablanca,
Yes.
An American in Paris, and Chicago. You got 1 point at least today. No. Love is All Around by Wet 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 for question 4 was a theme song to which movie? 4 Weddings and a Funeral. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. You didn't get that one. Oh my God. Okay. Question 5. Who created Mickey Mouse? Who created Mickey Mouse? It was Walt Disney.
Yes.
Question 6. Who played Truman in the film The Truman Show? Who played Truman in the film The Truman Show? The answer was Jim Carrey. Okay, Lindsay, it might have been Anne Love actually. Fine. I still can't get away from people questioning me.
Well, I said Love.
All right, here, but I'm the master. Shush. Be quiet. Right. Okay. Okay. Fine. I'll accept Love Actually. What's wrong with you lot? Okay. Fine. Love Actually as well. But it was originally 4 Weddings and a Funeral. That's where I got my answer from. Anyway, so question 7. Well done for putting both. Congratulations. You don't get 2 answers though. 2 points. Right. Question 7. Which actor did the voice to the genie in the animation Aladdin? The answer is Robin Williams. Yes. Question 8. I'll leave the argument to continue on the chat in the background. Someone shouting as well then. You go for it, Nick. Good luck with that. So, I didn't say originally. If we're talking about the Aladdin, Will Smith did the voice because he was the actual actor. I did say animation, and it was anyway. All right, I'm going with Robin Williams. Final answer. You can argue about it amongst yourselves. Question 8: in which famous British classic? Yes, I know. I thought it would be easier not to get heckled.
I don't know what
Well, they're writing about obviously. Okay, it doesn't matter. Right, so take Will Smith as well. It's amongst yourselves, so it's fine. I'll accept Will Smith. Yes, but he wasn't animated. But anyway, right. So, in which famous British classic comedy do Polly and the Major both appear? The answer is Fawlty Towers.
Yes.
So, in which famous British classic comedy do Polly and the Major both appear? The answer is Fawlty Towers. There is too much pressure on me. Anyway,
Right.
well, I'm saying back under the pressure. Yes, Chloe, I did.
Don't cave, James. You're the teacher. Stand firm.
I don't care. I'm really not that upset about either or. If you want to take Will Smith, you take Will Smith. If you don't want to take Will Smith, the answer I put down is Robin Williams because I did say the animation. That's because people need to remember the classic Aladdin where Robin Williams was the man. So anyway, I definitely bit on that one. Well done, everyone. Okay, so question 9: which city is the UK television series Coronation Street set? The answer: Manchester. The answer is Manchester. I said the north. No, it's Manchester. Question 10. You should pretty much all get this right because if anyone was listening to me in the first place. Question 8 answer was Fawlty Towers. The last answer you should have all got right. Question 10. What is the game show shown on Channel 4? I actually said Countdown. The first time. So question 3, name the 3 films with a city in the title. The answers were Casablanca, An American in Paris, and Chicago. So Casablanca, An American in Paris, and Chicago were the Oscar for Best Picture with a city in the name. Any more repeats? Any more discussions around any of the answers? No? No more? No more for no more. Okay, good. So we can move on. And my paper says Robin Williams, just saying. Okay, sport round. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? 3 was worth 3 points, yes. Yes, 3 was worth 3 points. Okay, so question 1 of the sports round. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? It's polo. It is polo was played on the largest pitch. Question 2. No, the answer to the last one was Countdown. And then, so question 2 on the sports round. What significant sporting event took place on November the 22nd, 2003? The answer is the Rugby World Cup final.
Yes.
You actually knew a rugby answer?
I guess Rugby World Cup.
Oh, well.
I knew there'd be a rugby answer.
Dan, to be honest, mate, I always knew he was a bit brighter than you, so that's fine. Okay, so yeah, Rugby World Cup final. That's all I'm going to say about that.
England won.
Just said that's what I was going to say about that.
Oh, that's what I put down on my answer.
Well, I didn't put that on mine.
Yeah,
Just said it was a World Cup final. Yeah, yes, just moving on. Question 3. What is the highest possible break in snooker? It is 155. Question 4. Who is the odd one out? Is it Murray, Sampras, Agassi, Federer, or McEnroe? The answer that I have written down and I will go with is McEnroe. Oh, all right. Well, thanks, Ian. I'm going to go with is McEnroe because he is left-handed. He is left-handed. I'm going to go with 155. I don't care. I really don't care.
James, I'm 4 for 4 this.
Yeah, okay, so the point I'm going to make to all these people who are shouting 147, I didn't give you 147 as an option. So it was 150, 155, or 145. Those are the three options. So if you wrote 147, you won't listen to a word I said, which is about right. Probably story of my life. Anyway, moving quickly on from that. So anyone else want to write 147? Feel free. You can Google the answer if you like. I'm more than happy for you to answer that one. Which racket sport made its Olympic debut in 1992? The answer is badminton. The answer is badminton. Question 6. How many people compete in the men's Wimbledon singles? I gave you 3 options. It's 128. And I'm not going to explain to them about it's 155. If anyone knows, feel free to explain to the masses who are arguing about still one question. Yeah, well, that's fine. I'll just have to repeat myself. Okay, so where was I again? I lost track there. So
Number 7.
Number 7, thank you. Who faced Muhammad Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle? The answer is George Foreman. Foreman's Grills, George Foreman. Faced him in the Rumble in the Jungle. Question 8. How many medals did Jesse Owen win in 1936 Olympics? The answer is 4. Excluding the ball, this is question 9, sorry. Excluding the ball, which is made of cork, how many bits of wooden equipment are needed to play the game of cricket? The answer is 12. 6 stumps, 4 bails, and 2 bats. Okay, so I've explained my answer there. It is 12. It's 6 stumps, 4 bails, and 2 bats. There's probably a few planks out on the field as well, but they don't actually count. Question 10. Who partnered Andy Murray? If you want to accept no. I'm moving on. Question 10, not biting. Who partnered Andy Murray to a silver medal in 2012 Summer Olympic Games? The answer was Laura Robson. And we're only on sport rounds. Okay, we need to get through this. So, any other questions to be repeated? I'm just asking for any answer to be repeated that you maybe misheard. No, I'm not biting. Not biting. I've got 7 off the sport rounds. That's like unheard of. Okay, yes, here we go. Someone's explaining it. Okay, so there you go. Explained. It's number 4. We have number 4 again. Okay, so we have the answer there. Thank you. It's 155. We can all get back in our cages and leave me alone. Okay, and yeah, so any more? What's answer number 3? Number 3 is 155. Oh, I can't believe I didn't check what the next. Very good, Nick. Well done. Okay. Okay, that's it then. I think no more to be repeated.
Number 4.
Number 4 was it? Sorry, was McEnroe because he was left-handed. Nick, I can't believe I bit on that one. Well played. I can't believe I've read that again. Right, okay, geography quickly. How many different tube lines are there in London? 10, 9, or 11? The answer is 11. No arguments. Which continent has the largest amount of countries? The largest amount of countries is Africa. It has 54. Asia has 48. Europe with 44. And then number 3, the 2 highest waterfalls in Europe are both in which country? Norway, Sweden, or Finland? It is Norway. Number 4, which is the biggest city in Europe? Moscow, Paris, Istanbul, or London? It is in fact Istanbul. It has 14.7 million people. Paris has 10.9. Moscow has 12.4. And London has 9 million. So Istanbul is the correct answer with 14.7 million people. Which city is also known as the Eternal City? The Eternal City. The answer is Rome. Italy, Rome. Yeah, you should have got that one right. Good, because it's been in the previous ones. Question 6. Which is the largest country in Africa? Which is the largest country in Africa? Is Algeria. So you had options of Congo, Sudan, or Algeria. It was Algeria. Question 7. Which country was previously called Siam? The answer was Thailand. Question 8. What is the most southern capital city in the world? The answer was Wellington, New Zealand, Wellington. Question 9. Was the smallest country in Europe? And in fact, the smallest country in the world is the Vatican City. Number 10. Name 3 of the 6 original countries that formed the EU. Tom, shush. No. Name 3 of the 6 original countries that formed the EU. The answers are that you have. So you're getting 3 points. You only have to get 3 of these 6, but you get a point for every one you get right. Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. So that's Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. So if you've got any of those 3, you get an answer. You get a point for each one. If you've written 4 down, you still only get 3. So we have 4 more rounds of answers. I'll give you 2-minute refreshment break, and then we're going to do this and get it done. So you've got 2 minutes. And then if you need anything else repeated, or you want to send me more abuse, feel free. Okay, we all back? Okay. All right, what do you get? What have I missed on the UCA on sidelines? Okay, right, I'm just going to move swiftly on to that one. Right, food and drinks. The first one, we all back. We can seem to have most people there. A mocha is a coffee usually flavoured with which substance? And the answer is chocolate. So which substance is flavoured with mocha? It's chocolate. Question 2, from which country does pita bread originate? The answer is Greece. The answer is Greece. Number 3, Eccles cakes are named after an English town in which county? The county is Lancashire. Question 4. Which country does Peroni beer come from? The Peroni beer come from? The answer is Italy. Question 5. What is the maximum number of Michelin stars that you can be awarded to a restaurant? The answer is 3. Which country has the highest usage per person of olive oil? Spain, Italy, or Greece? The answer is Greece. Do we get a shout out? Someone's cheering about Lancashire. That's good. Good. Any other shout outs? Feel free to shout. It's fine. Where was I? I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah. The favorite dish of the cartoon character Garfield, lasagna. Was his favorite food. Copperberg, for question 8. The brewery is a famous cider brewery from which nation? The answer is Sweden. Would have helped if anyone was drinking those. It's written on the side. And then question 9. What does the Slovak word vodka translate to in English? Great work if anyone knows it. The answer is little water. But don't confuse it for a little bit of water. Question 10. What is the national dish of Italy? Pizza, carbonara, or bolognese? The answer is bolognese. And then I will go on to the true or false. True or false. The can opener was not invented until 45 years after the tin can. Is true. It was true. The can opener was not invented until 45 years after the tin can. Can I have a point for water? Oh, yeah, you can have a point for water. Yeah. That's fine. If you put water down, I'll accept that. Right. Number 2. If you cry in space, the tears just stick to your face. Is that true or false? It is true. The tears will stick to your face. Question 3. The top of the Eiffel Tower leans away from the sun. True or false? The answer is true because the sun heats up the side that is receiving the sun and expands it, and so it tilts the top of the Eiffel Tower the other way. Amy, you can take 5 points for playing out with Dan. Question 4. Kangaroos are only an inch long at birth. This is true. The longest distance swam underwater in one breath, 200 meters. The answer is true. The record for the longest rail tunnel is held by the Channel Tunnel between Britain and France. That is false. It's actually a the answer is false. It's actually a train tunnel that goes underneath the Alps, which actually holds the record, not the Channel Tunnel. Number 7, there are 115 bridges over the Amazon River. That is false. There is actually 0 bridges over the Amazon River. Number 8, the average person spends 5 years waiting in their lifetime up until any of these recent events. That may change that statistic, but at this point in time, it was false. It's actually estimated you will queue for 2 years of your life. Number 9, only 5% of people wash their hands properly after using the public restroom, and that is until now is true. Only 5% of people apparently wash their hands after leaving public restrooms, and we wonder why we are the way we are right now. And number 10, the Greater Tokyo area has a bigger population than Canada. That is true. It is true. It is a bigger population than Canada. Right, I will do the anagrams now. Yes, unfortunately, that is ooh, you disgusting. Right, number one of the anagrams, celebrity round. Number 1 is Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the first one for Microsuite. Number 2, Find Life Race Lad, was Daniel Radcliffe. Phoebe, I'll come back to those. Sorry. Yeah, I'll come back to those again. Sorry, I'll just do the anagram rounds now and I'll come back to the other ones. Apologies. The number 2 of the anagrams was Daniel Radcliffe. Number 3, Dislocate Town, was Clint Eastwood. Number 4, Raja Not Volt, was John Travolta. Number 9, Really Herb, was Halle Berry. Number 10, oh no, hang on, what am I doing here? Sorry, I've deleted some here. So hang on, so number 1, I've probably messed that up royally for everyone. I'm reading numbers here. So number 1 was Tom Cruise. Number 2 was Daniel Radcliffe. Number 3 was Clint Eastwood. Number 4 was John Travolta. Number 5 was Halle Berry. Number 6 is Nicolas Cage. Number 7 was Orlando Bloom. Number 8 was Jack Nicholson. Number 9 was Morgan Freeman. And number 10 was Bruce Willis. Does anyone need repeating of those before I go and repeat the ones from the true and false round? Any more repeats on the anagrams? No? Okay, so 1 to 10. Tom, I'll see you at the end. Right, for the true and false rounds, I have 1 to 3. The first one was true, second one was true, third one was true, fourth one was true, fifth one was true, and then Tom, you want 2 and 4. Oh, I've covered those as well. Any more on the anagrams? Anyone need to repeat on the anagrams? Are people still awake? Other than the people who are lighting up my phone with abuse? No. I wonder how many screenshots and photos I've had of myself this evening. Some more to be deleted after this. No, okay, right, so that's fine. I'll move on to the last round. And then if there is any ties in your house, I have 1 tiebreaker question for the very end. Otherwise, that's fine. So, right, last one. So the translations from English to American. Q is a line. Postcode is a zip code. Spanner is a wrench. Number 4, rubbish skip is a dumpster. Bonnet is a hood. Jelly is a jello. I want to say it in an Australian accent. I don't know why. It's really like jello. Jello. That's what. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, it's a long 45 minutes. That's fine. Deal with it. Number 8, boot is a trunk. Number 9, autumn is a fall. Oh yeah. Sorry. 7, aubergine is an eggplant. Sorry, I got so excited with jello. Number 8 is trunk. Number 9 was fall. Number 10 was an elevator. So lift is an elevator. Number 11 was an estate car. It's station wagon. I love you too, John. Number 12, trouser is pants. Number 6 was not saying it again. Jesus, walk into these. Jello. Number 12 is pants. Number 13, petrol is gasoline. It's a turtle 2 instead of trunk. Okay. All right. Just got all these answers here. So I've got a trunk. Petrol is gasoline. 14, nappy is a diaper. Number 15, waistcoat is a vest. Number 16, pavement is a sidewalk. Number 17, chips is French fries. Number 18, sweets is candy. And number 19, estate agent is a realtor. And number 20, crisps are chips. Is gas? Okay. Yeah, I'll take gas. I'll take gas for gasoline. Gas. They do call it gas. It's a turtle. Okay. All right. Is there any more for any more? Anyone else need any repeats? Is there any tie breaks? Because as I say, I only have 1 question ready for a tie break. So if you can both get that right, then you can all have a very happy, merry household. Number four was a dumpster on that one. Rubbish skip is a dumpster. Was 3 from round 2. From round 2 was the highest possible score. Oh, damn, Tim. Okay, any other funny people out there, and any more need any general questions? We have a tie break, or are you just saying what the tie break is? Okay, so earlier I did some maths questions on there. So this is your tie break. Tim, you're so chuffed with yourself. Some good scores coming in. Good scores. So on there, they don't need to apologise. It's all good fun. Right, 59. Okay, that's 62. Some good scores. Whether they're all cheating or not, who knows? But it doesn't matter. Right. So number tiebreak question. So we have one person said there's a tiebreaker. Whether it's my sister just trying to wind me up for another question or not, I don't know. What was the grand total of the maths question I answered? What was the grand total of the maths question I answered on the board? No, not the first game show on Channel 4 was not the Hunter's Arms quiz. Anyway, right, okay, I don't think I need to take up any more of your time. I promised everyone it would be 45 minutes. I didn't promise it would be 45 minutes. I said it would be around 45 minutes, and it's actually been almost 2 hours. So apologies for taking up so much of your time. I would say subscribe, but I don't even know if we're doing this again. We'll see what comes up. But yes, I do unfortunately have. You've been asked to play out a song. Can you play out a song to shut it down to, please?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
they want a music round, so we'll just have a music round of you singing.
I'm not singing.
No, okay, just play it then. Okay, you can text them back in a minute. I want to shut this down and leave people alone.
Well, who's asking this song?
Next week, yeah, we'll see about next week. Quickly, go on then. And apparently I'm punching again, still. Thank you all, have a great evening. Take care, and thanks for playing. Hope you had fun. I'll try and make it up next time. Oh, you need to be the assistant again. Some people want to see the assistant. Okay. This is my helpful assistant. He's actually more talented than me. Alright guys, have fun, have a lovely evening, enjoy your weekends, thanks for playing. You can't wait and play, why not? I think you're really talented. Okay. Alright, cheers guys, take care, see you later, bye bye.